What's going on, guys? It's the Skylander dude back here with another video, and welcome to Skylanders hunting in 2023. I've got chase variants galore stocked up for you in this episode, so well, let's get out of here. First up here, I got some pieces that really remind me of my childhood. Whenever I'd go into Toys R Us as a kid looking, of course, for Skylanders, I'd always pass by those little card kiosks, the trading card kiosks. Those little shelves on the way to the electronics section. And they'd often have Skylander cards or other Skylander mini collectibles in blind bags. And I'd always grab maybe one or two depending on if I found anything Skylander figure-wise. And it was always child me's dream to get a complete set of really any of those little collectible blind bag things. Today, that dream comes to life with a complete set of the Skylander Giants dog tags. I'm gonna lay them out here in a second, but there should be the complete set of 44, which are all shown off here on this little collection checklist. And I maybe have one or two of these, or at least before I got this full set. But let's try to organize these. So here we have the complete set of 44 Skylanders Giants dog tags. I found these on Facebook Marketplace. I actually had them shipped to me, which you can't often do on Facebook Marketplace, but I think it was maybe only 20 to 25 bucks for this entire set, which I think is pretty cool to own. But you get the point. Kind of hard to see these guys with the lighting set up, so I'll take these off and move on to the next item. Next up, why don't we just jump right into a chase variant. First chase variant I've got of the episode today is the 2013 employee exclusive Snowder Dash. I got this in a lot with a few other items that I already had, so this is just here without the box that it came in. But dividing up the price evenly with the items that I got in this lot and how much I paid, this would have only came out to around 75 bucks, which I think is a good deal for Snowder Dash. It's in great shape, and I'm glad I can add it to the collection. But actually, that wasn't the only chase in that lot. That's right, starting the episode off strong, I've got another chase variant, that being Purple Metallic Wrecking Ball. And again, dividing up the price of how I paid, this would have only came out to around 75 bucks, which I also think is a good deal. And once again, this package is in great shape. And although Snowder Dash is awesome, I'm going to take it off here just because if you've been keeping up with the series, then you might recognize that this is the last Purple Metallic that I need for the set, because I do have Purple Metallic Lightning Rod and, of course, Purple Metallic Eyebrow. So here it is, the complete Purple Metallic chase set. A really solid set of figures, and I'm glad that I now have them all in my collection. Also, quick side note about this Purple Metallic Wrecking Ball. When I first saw the images, I thought for a second that this could have been an error, as if you notice at the bottom here, it only has the English translation of Wrecking Ball's catchphrase, when usually it includes the English and French. But believe it or not, on all Series 2 Wrecking Ball packagings, there is not a translation for Wreck and Roll in French. I'm not sure if that was intentional, but it's hard to believe that Boom Shakalaka has a French translation but not Wreck and Roll. Either way, still stoked to have this in the collection. It's always hard to follow up a chase variant on these episodes, let alone two back to back. But I do think you guys will enjoy this one. In here, if I remember correctly, there should be 19 of these IDW Skylanders comic books. Let me take these guys out. Yep, so including these micro comics, there are 19 total comic books here, and I will show them off better here in just a second. But I got these off of eBay, and I got them all for 35 bucks, so almost $2 a piece. And I normally wouldn't have bought these, especially because I never really collected the comic books. I have a handful of these hardcover comics, which are basically just 3 or 4 of these paperback ones combined into one. But before this, I think I only had maybe one of these paperback comics. But my favorite thing about these comics was always the art on them. So let's move these micro comics and this hardcover one out of the way and show off the covers of these smaller issues. I'm also realizing that these are still sealed in this plastic and cardboard package here. I'm not sure how much of the value I'll be preserving keeping them sealed like this, as I don't see Skylanders comics sell too often on eBay. But I figured since this lot had a good collection of them at a decent price, I thought I might as well grab them. I also don't know much about these. Like, this one is number 0 at the top here, but it has like some con code, and this one as well has the same thing with a 2014 convention edition. I'm not sure where this is from, if it's Comic-Con, if that's what it's referring to, but if you guys know anything, let me know down in the comments. I'm just going to very quickly throw these up here one by one. So first up, we got number 0. second number 0, number 1, an alternative number 1, number 2, an alternate number 2, number 3, alternate number 3, number 4, alternate number 4, number 5, alternate number 5, and finally we skip to number 11. So once again, if you know anything about these comic books or just comic books in general, I'm sure I butchered something trying to explain these, so feel free to enlighten me in the comments. The third chase I've got here of the episode is Single Pack Astro Blast. Obviously, I'm kidding, but I did want to include this as it was a part of the same lot. And Single Pack Astro Blast is just something you don't see very often. But now actually, the third chase of the episode is Bronze and Silver Trap Shadow. These are a part of one big lot that I purchased off of Facebook Marketplace. Had to drive pretty far for this one, but I think it was well worth it. Evenly dividing up how much I paid for that lot, the Bronze and Silver Trap Shadow would have come out to just under 80 bucks, which I think is a really good price for that chase. Now, unfortunately, it's not in the best of shape. It's got some damage up to the top corner, and overall just is a little messed up. It's got dings here and there, but you get what you pay for sometimes, and overall it still holds together. I think it's still pretty good for 85 bucks. And dividing things up, the Astro Blast was maybe 3 bucks. Although this is a super dope chase to add to the collection, there was actually a second chase variant in that lot, but I am going to hold off for it to be the very last thing of the episode. And yes, unfortunately that means I will make you sit through one more non-chase figure. But it's worth the wait, trust me. And now these next 3 items are pretty large, so I'm going to do my best to show them off. But I've got 3 Superchargers posters to show off here. And as I'm talking about them, I'll rotate through the 3 of them. First one, we got this Land with Spitfire and Hot Streak. And the reason I picked up these posters is because I've never seen them before. Yes, they have similar artwork to other posters that were released or even hung in stores, but I've never seen these specifically. And after talking with the seller, they didn't remember where they got them, but they know it was a convention in Las Vegas. And the only convention that I could think of that Skylanders was at in Las Vegas was the Licensing Expo. Let's switch to the next one here. This one is C with Splat and the Splatter Splasher, which I think looks awesome. But yeah, if this was the Licensing Expo, I quickly looked online and couldn't find any images of their booth or anything they really had there for 2015 for Superchargers. But what I presumed is that these were likely from some sort of convention and never released to the public, or at least released to retail stores for them to hang up. With that said, the last one here is of course Sky with Jetvac and the Jetstream. But they're from OfferUp and I got them for 45 bucks, which is a bit more than I was looking to spend. But considering the fact that these were from some sort of convention and could be the only one in existence, I thought it was reasonable. And again, I'm going to call out to you guys if you know anything about these, if you've seen these posters before, if you know anything about the Licensing Expo in 2015, drop it in the comments. And now, probably the most valuable and final item of the episode, which you know is going to be a chase variant, is none other than Rock Candy Painata. Let me adjust the lighting here. And unfortunately, this is probably the best it's going to get with my setup. But as I mentioned, this was a part of that Facebook Marketplace lot with Bronze and Silver Trap Shadow. And yeah, this would have only been like 80 bucks dividing everything up. And it is completely sealed. The tape on the top is not cut on either sides, and there's no tears in the bottom. This box is in great shape. One of, if not the most sought after Imaginators Chase variant. And I think it's hard to beat that price that I got it at nowadays. So here is the final haul from the episode without cluttering the place with dog tags. But overall, some really cool and really desired items. Before I end it here, I just want to quickly mention that I now have an eBay affiliate link that you can find right down in the description. So if you're doing some Skylanders hunting of your own and you want to support the channel, feel free to use that link in the description. And I do have to mention that I'll receive a commission from any item you purchase. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment. Peace.